Have you ever wondered what really happens when billionaires gather under one roof? I'm talking about their secret parties. Picture 50,000 bottles of wine flowing like water, private islands rented for a single night, and guest lists so exclusive you can't even imagine. In this video, I'm going to take you inside the secret parties of the ultra-rich. And trust me, it's far crazier than you think. So hit that subscribe button, press the bell icon, and let's dive right in. The price of one night. Let's talk money for a second because when it comes to the parties of the ultra-rich, the numbers are simply mind-blowing. We're not talking about a few $1,000s for a nice wedding, or even a fancy graduation party. Nope. These events can run into the hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars, all for just one single night. Take Philip Green's 55th birthday, for example. He threw a surprise party and flew around 100 of his billionaire friends to the Maldives. Imagine that. Private jets just to get them there, an entire resort booked out, world-class entertainment, and food that could outshine Michelin-star restaurants. And that's only scratching the surface. At some of these parties, the entertainment budget alone could fund an entire music festival. Imagine Beyoncé or Ed Sheeran performing, not in a stadium, not even in a theater, but just for you and maybe 50 of your closest friends. And don't even get me started on the food. We're talking dishes made with truffles, champagne that costs thousands of dollars a bottle, and cocktails crafted with ingredients most of us have never even heard of. For context, just the food bill at one of these gatherings can exceed what the average family spends on groceries in an entire year. Then there's the decoration. Some people literally build artificial beaches inside their mansions. Others hire artists to paint murals that get covered up the very next day. You'll see ice sculptures that melt by morning, and flowers flown in from across the globe, just to sit in a vase for a few hours. To regular people like us, it feels excessive, maybe even wasteful. But for billionaires, it's about creating an experience that money alone usually can't buy, unless, of course, you have a lot of it. And if you think the spending sounds wild, wait until you hear about the venues. Exclusive hidden islands. Now let's talk about the locations because these aren't your typical party venues. Forget country clubs or hotel ballrooms. These events take place in settings most of us will only ever see in movies or glossy magazines. Private islands are the ultimate pick. Richard Branson's Necker Island, for example, rents for around $80,000 a night. And believe it or not, that's actually considered affordable compared to Banana Island in the Philippines, which goes for about $100,000 per night. And they make you book at least 5 nights. Do the math. That's $500,000 just for accommodation. Of course, when you pay that kind of money, you're not just renting a location. You're buying total privacy, a full staff dedicated entirely to you, world-class luxuries, and the kind of security that ensures nothing ever leaks outside those walls. But it's not just islands. Castles and historic estates also get transformed into private venues. One of the most famous examples is the Château de Ferrières near Paris, where the Rothschilds hosted their legendary Surrealist Ball back in 1972. Guests became part of a surreal, dreamlike performance that people are still talking about more than 50 years later. And then there are the superyachts, massive floating palaces worth over $100 million. These yachts are essentially luxury resorts on water. They've got helipads, submarines, and room for hundreds of guests. Perfect for throwing a party during events like the Monaco Grand Prix while keeping everything completely private. But the true magic of these parties isn't just in the locations. It's in the people who attend them. And those guest lists? They'll blow your mind. A-listed guests. You'd think having money is enough to get invited, right? But no, it's not that simple. These guest lists are carefully curated, filled with some of the most powerful and influential people on the planet. You might see tech billionaires chatting with former presidents, or Hollywood stars discussing projects with oil tycoons. Fashion designers mingle with pharmaceutical executives. It's like watching a live game of chess where every conversation could move a piece on the global stage, shaping markets, politics, or cultural trends. A casual chat by the champagne fountain might turn into a billion-dollar business deal. A dinner conversation could shift international trade policies. These aren't just parties. They're secret summits where massive decisions quietly take shape. And because of that, secrecy is everything. At many of these events, phones are strictly banned. Guests hand over their devices at the door, sign non-disclosure agreements, and in some cases, former military professionals are brought in to provide top-level security. Nothing gets out unless the hosts allow it. Even within the parties themselves, there's a social hierarchy. At the very top are the billionaire hosts. Then come the A-list celebrities and political heavyweights. Below them are industry leaders and entrepreneurs. But here's the twist. Even being rich doesn't guarantee you a spot. You have to bring value, whether that's influence, connections, or something the host finds useful. Now, if you're wondering how these hosts keep people who already have everything entertained, wait until you hear this next part. Entertainment that breaks reality. When your guests are people who already have it all, the entertainment has to be nothing short of extraordinary. And trust me, it is. Forget hiring a DJ. These parties bring in legends like Elton John or Madonna to perform private shows. Imagine being in a room small enough that you could chat with the artist after their set. But it's not just music. Some parties feature entire theatrical productions with professional actors, dancers, circus performers, and magicians. You'll see fire dancers, aerial acrobats, and elaborate stage setups that make the night feel like stepping into another world. Themes are also over the top. Some hosts recreate history, transforming a venue into an ancient Roman palace or a medieval castle, complete with costumes, food, and entertainment from that era. Others go futuristic, using holograms, interactive art, and cutting-edge technology to create experiences no one will ever forget. The Rothschilds' 1972 Surrealist Ball is still one of the most iconic examples, with dreamlike decorations and costumes inspired by Salvador Dali's imagination. And then there are experiences money usually can't buy. Guests might get access to private art auctions with priceless masterpieces, encounters with rare animals, or once-in-a-lifetime meals prepared by world-renowned chefs using ingredients so rare most people don't even know they exist. But beneath all this extravagance, there's a darker side. Dark secrets. Of course, all that glitter comes with shadows. On the surface, it looks like harmless fun, but when you mix secrecy, vast sums of money, and some of the world's most powerful people, things can get murky. Some gatherings carry an almost secret society vibe. The Bohemian Grove in California is one of the most well-known examples. Every year, powerful men gather there, performing strange rituals and holding private discussions. Members insist it's all just tradition and entertainment, but the secrecy has fueled endless rumors and suspicions about what really goes on. And it's not just speculation. With so much wealth and influence concentrated in one place, the opportunities for shady deals are endless. Some people on these guest lists have been linked to controversial business practices or political scandals. The NDAs and extreme security aren't just about protecting privacy, they're also about making sure nothing damaging ever leaks out. Over the years, whispers have circulated about everything from heavy drug use to even darker allegations like connections to human trafficking. Most of it is impossible to verify, but the secrecy surrounding these parties only makes people more suspicious. What we do know is this: when extreme wealth, political power, and total secrecy collide, the normal rules don't apply. Deals affecting millions of lives can be struck in private with zero accountability. So after hearing all this, what do you think really goes on behind those closed doors? Are these parties just extravagant fun? Or do they hide something much bigger and much darker? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss what's coming next. And remember, this is just what we know about. Imagine what we don't. Thanks for watching.